So this video is to explain how to use Pascal's triangle and eventually the binomial theorem. So we're going to look at the link between this choose function that you guys have been looking at and Pascal's triangle. We're going to learn how to write down Pascal's triangle, and then we're going to look at the link between Pascal's triangle and the coefficients when you're expanding a bracket like x plus y to the power of n. And then the rule for doing that is called the binomial theorem. So we'll have a look at that and do some examples. So if you have a look at this slide, I want you to think about the following. If you were going to work out 0, choose 0, if you worked out on your calculator using your button, you would get the number 1. If you then did 1, choose 0 and 1, choose 1, then you would get a 1 and another 1. If you did 2, choose 0, 2, choose 1, 2, choose 2, you end up with 1, 2, 1. 3, choose 0, 3, choose 1, etc. 1, 3, 3, 1. So these numbers, the way they're written here, this is called Pascal's triangle. So what we've discovered really is that if you do n choose r, it's the same as the rth entry in the nth row of Pascal's triangle. Okay, so this is where the Pascal's triangle is coming from. This is a little bit of explanation. If we have a look at it in a bit more detail, this is it written out here. So what happens is the sum of any two adjacent numbers gives the number below it. So you start off and you say to yourself, right, I'm going to write down a 1 and then underneath another 2 1s. So because there's nothing on either side of the 1 to add to. So you get 1 1. And then from there, it's pretty straightforward. So 1 plus nothing gives you another 1. 1 plus 1 gives you a 2. 1 plus another 0, there's nothing on that side, gives you 1 on this side. So this is the second row, 1, 2, 1. Then if you add 1 and nothing again, you get 1. 1 plus 2 gives you 3. 2 plus 1 gives you 3. And then 1 and nothing at that side gives you 1. So right down the sides, you should always have 1s down each side. And then 1 and nothing is 1, 1 and 3 is 4, 3 and 3 is 6, 3 and 1 is 4, 1 and nothing's 1, and you can see it goes on. And you can keep it going. This is just done to row 7, but it can keep going as far as you need. So you need to be able to reproduce Pascal's triangle. That's the easiest way of working out coefficients for the binomial theorem rather than using your choose function, because you can be asked to do it without a calculator. So if you don't have a calculator, then Pascal's triangle is the easiest way. Okay, so it would be probably a good idea for you guys to practice writing that out a couple of times so that you get the hang of Pascal's triangle. Let me see if I can write on this. So you would start off and you would say it's 1, 1, 1, then 1 and nothing's 1, 2, 1, then 1 and 2's 3, 2 and 1's 3, and then another 1, then 1 and nothing's 1, 1 and 3's 4, 3 and 3's 6, 3 and 1's 4, and 1 and nothing. So you get the hang of it, you just need to remember it's not too difficult. Okay. So why do we need to know Pascal's triangle? So the whole point of this unit is that we can expand a bracket. Let me get my pointer back. X plus y to the power of n. Okay, and we'll get quite a high power. So if you think about up until now, you've done x plus y squared. So you would multiply that out, x times x, blah, blah, blah. And you end up with this, x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. If you do x plus y cubed, you have to use this answer and multiply it by another x plus y. So that's what this line is. And if you multiply that all out, then you end up with x cubed plus 3x squared y plus 3xy squared plus y cubed. If you went ahead and did x to the 4, it'd be a bit of work for you. But you know you could do it. It's just multiplying out brackets after all. You end up with this line. But obviously, as the power becomes bigger and bigger, it becomes trickier. So we use a bit of a shortcut. Okay. We've got written here, let me see if I can make this bigger for a second. It's a little bit better. Okay. So if you have a look, the coefficients, whenever we're expanding these brackets each time, come from the appropriate line in Pascal's triangle. So whenever we did x plus y squared, the coefficients are 1, 2, and another 1. Obviously, we don't write the 1s in. If we did x plus y to the power of 3, the coefficients are 1, 3, 3, 1. So that's the third line of Pascal's triangle. And the fourth one's highlighted here. So you can see that by knowing Pascal's triangle and being able to reproduce it, we can very quickly write down what the coefficients are for each part whenever we're expanding a bracket to a high power. If we have a look at the x and y's, what's happening with them? So let's have a look at row 3 here, when it was x plus y cubed. We had x to the power of 3, first of all, in the first term. Then we had x squared here, and then an x, and then no x. For the y's, we've got no y's. We've got y to the power of 1. We've got y to the power of 2, y to the power of 3. If you look at let's do the fifth row. So the fifth row, we've got x to the power of 5. So this first term here is x, so it's to the power of 5, and the second term isn't there. So it's actually to the power of 0. Then we've got x to the power of 4, x to the power of 3, x to the power of 2, x to the power of 1. So the powers of x's are decreasing. The powers of y's are increasing. So there's y to the 0 here, which is 1, y to the 1, y to the 2, y to the 3, y to the 4, y to the 5. So you can see what happens is, as the first, whatever the first term is in the bracket, it starts off to the power and then decreases by 1 each time. The second term in the bracket starts off with 0 and then increases up until the power of the bracket up here. So this is really useful for expanding brackets quickly. So here's an example. Say we were going to do 1 plus 3x to the power of 3. Well, first of all, we need to get the coefficients. So it's to the power of 3. So the third line of Pascal's triangle, row 3 of Pascal's triangle, is 1, 3, 3, 1. So that's where 1, 3, 3, and 1 have come from. The first term is a 1, so it goes 1 to the power of 3, because our bracket's to the power of 3, 1 to the power of 2, 1 to the power of 1, 1 to the power of 0. And then the second term, the 3x, it has to go to the power of 0. Note that it's the whole 3x with a bracket around it, and try and put brackets around it when you're doing it so you don't forget about putting numbers to powers. 3x to the power of 1 squared and then cubed. And then you would just evaluate that and work it out, and that's where that second line's come from. Okay, there's another couple of examples here. You need to just be careful when you get negatives. So this one up at the top here has a negative p as the second term. So again, it's to the power of 4. So it's the fourth row of Pascal's triangle. We've written down the coefficients, which were 1, 4, I can't remember them now. And then we put our first term, starts off to the power of 4, power of 3, power of 2, power of 1. That's down here. And then our second term, you include the negative, so it's negative p to the power of 0, negative p to the power of 1, and so on. And then you have to be really careful. Remember, if you have an odd power for a negative, like the 3, then it'll stay negative. If you have an even power for a negative, then that'll change it back to positive again. So evaluating this can be a lot trickier than actually being able to write it down. It's important to just pay attention with brackets and with making sure that you take your time and go through it logically and write down as much working as you need. Don't try and do loads of stuff in your head. So the second example here, it has a fraction in it, just to show you a fraction. Remember, to put a fraction to a power, you just do the top and the bottom separately to that power. So 1 over x to the power of 1 is 1 to the power of 1, x to the power of 1. 1 over x squared is 1 squared, x squared on the bottom, and so on. So if you evaluate this one, you end up with that. So maybe it'd be an idea to write that one down and then try and work it out and then check if you get the same answer as we've got down here. Okay, so the proper name for this is the binomial theorem. And this is it written out properly. And this is all in the printed notes, so you don't really need to copy any of it into your jotter. Just keep your notes handy. Or you can write it down if you'd rather have it written down. It's up to you. So binomial theorem is if you have x to y to the power of n, then the coefficients are n, choose 0, n choose 1, n choose 2, right up to n choose n. The first term starts off to the power of n and decreases, n minus 1, n minus 2, dot, dot, dot. The second term starts off with 0 and increases right up to n here. Okay, now there's a little note here saying you can work these out using the choose function. If you have a calculator, you can do it on the calculator. If you want to work out using factorials, you can do that. Or you can just get them from Pascal's triangle. My advice would be just use Pascal's triangle. Okay, let's look at a couple of examples and then you can try it. So for this example, we have to do 3x minus y to the power of 4. So first of all, our coefficients. It's going to be 4 choose 0. We're going to have 3x to the power of 4, the whole thing, negative y to the power of 0. Okay? And then 4 choose 1. 3x, decrease this by 1, so it becomes a 3. Increase this by 1, so it becomes a 1. Next term, 4 choose 2. So 3x to the power of 2, negative y to the power of 2, and then so on. You just keep going. And like I said, you can work out the choose function using the calculator, or you can just write down Pascal's triangle and use the appropriate row. So you'll be using row 4 here to get the coefficients, and then simplify it. So there's some more examples in your printed notes for you to do. I would have a look at them if you want to try and do them and then check you get the right answer. And then there's some questions for you to do. So it starts on page 8 in the printed notes and we're going to go right up to page 11. But I'll write that all down in the post for you. Okay, good luck.